is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. What is going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up?
And our buddy Connor will be with us shortly as he makes his way from soccer practice as he has on Monday nights. But we're here right now. He'll be here.
That's right. Yeah. I'm the part-time co-host. And I'm here for the start, so but it's fine.
Starting part.
That's what I am, man. He leaves soccer practice and comes to it, and I leave it and go to baseball practice. So man, you just got a bunch of part-timers, man.
Y'all just the active sports ones. I'm just a lazy one, I guess.
Well, hey, I definitely couldn't do your part, so you gotta do that. You have no choice.
Somebody gotta do it. I reckon. I don't know.
Somebody gotta do it. I wish somebody would turn this alarm off, because there's a car sitting beside me that the alarm's been going off for 15 minutes, and they have.
Nice.
It's just sitting there blowing, but probably can't hear it. But anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, man, here's again sitting at the ballpark, waiting for practice to start here for too long, and got a scrimmage tonight. So we'll see how they do.
Fun.
Last week went pretty good. So yeah, last week went pretty good. They all seem to do pretty well and catching on pretty good and playing their parts pretty well and hitting the ball good. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. We last week I felt like I don't think I got in bed one single night before midnight. Pretty much. I wanted to, but I was over here working on race car, trying to get little things ready. All the decals and all that good stuff. Then Friday, got over here and got to working on the car, trying to finish up last minute stuff, and was going to try to get over the track early, because I think they opened at 11 on Friday, so we were going to try to get over there then. I had a day off work. Didn't make it over there until almost 4 from other stuff. I'll get into that a little later, all that went on with it. Then got back Friday after practicing the car a little bit. Went over to our youth pastor at our church, Derek, and his wife Katie's house, and ate some. He cooked like a hibachi for us. So he did on the Blackstone. Yeah, on the Blackstone.
Sweet. I want to do that.
Yeah, so he cooked that for us, and me and Kayla went over there with the boys, and we ate and played a game. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it was called Sequence, I want to say it was, or something like that. I think that was it. It was pretty cool. Then I had to, after that even, I didn't leave there probably till 10:45, and I still had to go over to Hartsville, pick up some more wheels for the car.
Still no sleep.
Still no sleep. I don't think I slept on a single night last week. I don't think I slept any more than 5 hours. So, it is what it is. But anyway, then got up Saturday, went to the track, was at the track from about 9 until, about 8:45 probably, until about 9 at night. And then got up Sunday morning, went to church, played some guitar there, and listened to Pastor Mac's sermon there, all good as always, and came back to my mom and dad's, because we're actually house sitting for them. I say house sitting. It's not so much house sitting as it is dog sitting, parasitting. You can't even really call it dog sitting. It's parasitting.
She ain't no dog, man. She ain't no dog.
Nah. So and it's more convenient for her to stay here than it is to go to our house. Well, it works out better though because Landon is actually allergic to dogs, and he's very careful of where he lays and sits and everything else when a dog's around. So he knows where she lays and sits over here, and so I don't know. I guess it works out better anyway. So, and plus it's closer to my work, so I don't complain really. And so, but yesterday we went to eat over at Kayla's parents, came back here, and then I had to go back home actually, for our iRace last night. So then got back here after that, at 10 something at night.
Jesus.
So I'm not even gonna lie.
Bro. You've been busy.
I'm not even gonna lie. We're gonna do this podcast today. I'm gonna edit it, put it out on all our publishing site, and I'm gonna go inside, get a shower, and go to bed tonight. Hopefully.
I think you should.
No.
Yeah, you might need a little rest. Man.
I'm gonna aim to. What about you? What was you up to? Where was y'all going to?
Well, we went to our another concert. We went to see Coetzel for the 4th time, but awesome show, man. It really is. It gets better every time we go. But yeah, we went to Asheville, and this is kind of a Christmas present for Mary Stephen. So we got all that booked at Christmas. I gave her that for Christmas. So we finally come around. Finally, we went. Concert was Friday night. And we had a rush getting up there. Got us a little cabin, little Airbnb deal. It's cool, little 1-bedroom thing, and in the mountains there. So that was pretty neat. And it was raining nasty Friday, so we got to downtown Asheville and walked to the Coliseum or whatever it's called. And there was quite a line waiting to get in, so we stood in the rain and the wind and the cold, and finally got inside there. But it was a good show. We really enjoyed that. And that was Friday. Saturday we hung out a little bit and went and had some like authentic Italian food, which me, I'm not very big on Italian food, but
there's a lot of tomato stuff going on.
There's a lot of a lot going on there that I don't, I can't pronounce much on the menu, and they don't have pictures. I'm in a mess, man. I'm in a mess. But anyway, it was good. I got a chicken parmesan or something, whatever it is called. But I could read chicken, so I got that. I knew I was good there. I was good. But no, it was good. It had some homemade cheese sticks. They were jam up. I don't know if you like cheese sticks.
Oh yeah,
anybody
I love some
out
cheese
there,
sticks.
but they're good. Them things were awesome. So anyway, did that, and pretty much just hung out and had a little fire at the little cabin, had some s'mores, and came back yesterday morning and listened to Mac on the way back home, and yeah. So that was about it. It was a wide open weekend, but we had some time to chill and hang out a little bit too, so that was good. But yeah, so we back. But man, it was cold up there, buddy. Golly, it was 20 degrees and the wind was blowing. Saturday night, it felt like it was 10.
See, it was
cold.
That's what's really funny, and which it worked out perfect for us, I guess. People were talking about down at the beach, it was even cold. I saw over at Atlanta, it was cold. Everywhere it was cold, and it was supposed to be. I mean, it said that our high was supposed to be like 55 here, and that was supposed to be early in the morning. It was supposed to get cooler pretty much as the day went on, and a chance of rain and all this other stuff. I got up and I walked outside, and I had a big jacket on because I figured it was going to be cold. I was like, I got to take this thing off. It's kind of hot in here. And then got to track, and sun come out. I mean, weather was absolutely perfect for racing on Saturday. I mean, it was
Yeah.
It was. I mean, once the sun went down, it got a little cool, but nothing. It wasn't cold by no means. Not at the time. I mean, I put it this way: when I got out of the car from racing, I'm be hot anyway. But I took my coat off and everything, and I was in a t-shirt, and I never put a coat back on actually. So it was nice. I thoroughly enjoyed the weather Saturday. I was quite surprised actually. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, it was not that way in the mountains. That's for sure. No.
But what's really funny is we have a freeze warning here tonight. It's supposed to be stupid cold, like in the 20s and cold, and which is 20s are cold for around here. I mean, cold. We don't see a whole lot in the 20s. So 20s are cold for around here. That is middle of winter weather for us. I mean, that's just nasty. So that's tonight. By Friday, I looked this morning, it says it's supposed to be 90 degrees here on Friday.
Man, we got it going on, some weather around here.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is all over the place. This is something else. I'll be sick as I don't know what probably. That's what always happens to me.
Yeah, I'm getting that way now already. I guess the hot, the cold, and standing in line in the rain and wind probably didn't help a whole lot. But
nah, not at all. Probably not. It's it happens though. It happens. I guess we could probably say this on here. I know nobody really on here knows it, but he listens on here. We talked about our buddy Daniel, and they had a baby, little Clyde, as we call him, everything.
Yep.
Well, he has now. Daniel has swapped jobs now. He's gone from your place to mine.
Yes, he has. He flew the coop on us, but that's all right. That's good, and. Hey, man, there's opportunity for him there to hopefully soon move closer to home, be near his baby and his wife, and hopefully that works out for him. I sure hope so. Got pretty good benefits around there, I believe, so that's going to help him a little bit.
I was speaking with him today. I told him, I said, I have to bring it up on the show, now.
Right. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so he's now your teammate, and he's no longer my teammate, but that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, but there's some weeks. I think there was a week of, about a month ago, I think I was at your shop more than I was at mine. So.
Yeah, exactly. So y'all come hang out with us sometime.
I look for the times when the grill fires up around there is what I look for.
Hey, Friday mornings about 9:30. Come on.
That's right. Get some breakfast going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so how's work been? Y'all been busy over there?
Very much so. Very, very busy. A lot of work. Like I said, probably more work than we've ever had, honestly. And still trying to find people. We got a few guys come in that are training pretty good and learning, doing well and helping us. So that's good. But yeah, man, it's definitely a good problem to have, having too much work, I guess, but trying to figure out how to get it all done.
It's always the thing. I know how. I got plenty of work, but I know how I need to get it done. It's just trying to get it done. That's the issue.
Exactly.
There's only so much time in a day. That's the problem. But cool. So how was concert? Who opened and all that good stuff?
Dylan Wheeler. I don't know. He's pretty good. I've heard a few of his songs. I know you probably have too. You might not even realize, but anyway, him and Colby Cooper, and then Co. Awesome show though, man. I'm telling you. I mean, you've seen a lot of live shows too. You know what a good live show is, and I'm telling you, if anybody likes Co in the least, go see a live show of his. It's very good. He puts on a heck of a show for sure. The what do you call them? The pyrotech, not the pyrotech, whatever. All the effects in the show is awesome.
Yeah.
And the lighting, he's got heck of lighting in his shows, and I don't know what all, man, but he's got some heck of a bass in there. I don't know if it's all his sound equipment, his sound guys. I mean, you know more about that, but put it this way, he's got four 18-wheelers.
Wow.
That he hauls all his equipment with. So I don't know what all he's hauling, but I figured it might have been sound equipment. I don't know how they could do all that setup, because like they left Asheville Friday night and had a show in Kentucky on Saturday night. So I don't see how they could do all that setup in one day, but I guess they could.
Oh, they do. There's a lot of production going on with it. I remember those days traveling with the band, and we didn't have production quite that big, but if you look, I mean, you notice there's a ton of guys that work with them. So that's why people don't ever understand why. Somebody was asking me not long ago why there was a concert down at the beach, and they were talking about ticket prices to it, how they were pretty high, and I was like, they are. I said, but this is your thing. I said, especially a big act that's coming around, they're paying a production sound guy probably in the ballpark of $6,000 to $10,000 for sound for one show. Lights are probably going to be about the same amount, close to the same amount, and just a lot of the. So, and then you got to pay each person on top of that, and everybody in the band's got to get paid, and your bus driver's got to get paid. You got to put fuel in that bus, and all them 18-wheelers, you got to put fuel in all them things, and run them up and down the road, and pay a driver to drive them. And so when they're talking about a $50, $60 ticket, it's like, that's not too bad. I mean, some of them obviously more than that. So it's something else.
Yeah. Well, we just bought tickets the other day, but we're going to see Metallica in Texas in August.
Good Lord.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Y'all on the concert tour. Y'all doing more dates than some artists are doing.
Well, that's going to be about it. That's going to be about all of them. That would be 4 for this year. So that's going to probably be about it. But
4 for this year is only March.
Well, I mean, that's gonna be I hope I don't know. We ain't got no more bookings, I guess. But no. Anyway, that's coming up in August. So I've always wanted to see Metallica, and I don't know how long they'll be touring past this year. I don't know, but and then they only got like 3 shows in the States. Everything else is overseas and where Lord knows where, all over the place. So yeah. They're playing at the AT&T Stadium, Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and so we're going to see them, man. We're going to try it out.
Cool. I don't have any concert scheduled. I may, who knows? I may jump down there today for a band I used to work with for many years, Rebel Sun. They are going to be playing again this year, just in May, and Connor Lee has entered the building. What's up? But they're playing Bike Week again down at SBB. Doing a lot more stuff in May, so I may shoot down there one night and hang out. Who knows?
I might have to go, man. I might have to check that out too. I hadn't seen him in a long time.
For sure. Connor, what's up with you? We were talking about weekends. What you been up to, man?
Racing and a bunch of racing. Yeah, so that's a weekend affair now.
Bunch of driving in circles.
Yeah.
It's officially, I saw something on Facebook the other day. It said, it's officially, I'm racing this weekend season.
Pretty much. From here on till November.
That's for sure. For sure. All right. So, well, since Connor's here, I want to go ahead and we got about 15 minutes here for Sterling has a dip off here. 10, 15 minutes for Sterling has a dip off. But then we got Bryant Barnhill coming in here in about 15 minutes. So So I wanted to run through real quick our weekend over here at Florence Motor Speedway. I guess I'll start off. We got over to Florence on Friday. Unloaded the car. Well, we didn't have long. I don't think I got there till, like I said, about 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock. So jumped in the car. First laps in the car. Went around there, warmed the tires up good, made sure everything was working, made sure everything felt right, and got on it. And other than the tires being literally the tires on the car had date markings on them that somebody wrote on from 2009. That's how old these tires were. Just because I couldn't get none at the time, so just even newer scuffs I couldn't get before we actually run the first race. So just got out there just to make sure everything was working. And the car didn't feel bad. Car didn't really feel bad. It
didn't look bad.
It you could tell it just had old tires on it, but it didn't feel awful. You got yours out there. Put a fresh motor in it. Yeah. How'd it feel?
Motor felt good. I mean, cars kind of peppy. We were kind of not as old tires as you, but a lot of heat cycles. But I was okay with it. Somewhat pleased, I guess.
Yeah. So we ended up getting over there on Saturday morning, getting everything straight, got the car out. Our normal stuff. Me and Connor got in trouble at driver's meeting. No, they hadn't even started good, and I just walked up and spoke to Connor, and some guy told us if we want to talk, we need to go to the back. I guess he was ready to pay attention.
He wanted to hear every detail.
He wanted to hear all of them, even the ones they wasn't even talking about yet. but it was funny. But anyway, I got out there to practice first round. We still had the old tires on. We don't get our scuffs until second round. So got out there. We didn't really make any adjustments because we didn't want to adjust to those tires at all. Car wasn't bad. Ran okay. What about you, first round?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were decent. It was like running a multi-class race out there with traffic coming in and off.
Dude, it was great.
I don't think I got a clean lap off, but I mean, it was decent. We knew. I felt my right wheel was kind of getting worn out, but I mean, the motor was strong, so that was one good point.
That's the one thing I can say about the car we got. The motor in it sounds
mean.
It seems mean. I put it this way: I couldn't put it all to the ground coming off the corner. I'll put it that way. So that's a good sign. But speaking of motors, somebody out there, I don't even remember what car it was now, blew up like 2 cars in front of me. And when I say blew up, it's one of the biggest blow ups I think I've ever seen. That thing. He smoked the whole track, and I mean, put oil down everywhere. And I went in the corner right then, and I was like, just slid the whole way through the corner. I was like, nope, I'm coming in. I'm done with this right now.
Lucky for you, I just got out there, so I had to sit in my car on pit road for 20 minutes waiting to get the track ready again,
dude,
which was not fun. But
and he stayed right in the groove.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, why don't you go up to the top, go off the track, something.
Just stop,
something. Yeah. Nah, he just stayed in the groove all the way through 1 and 2. Finally, about midway down the backstretch, he drops to the bottom.
Yeah.
I was like, dang,
great.
And so it was what it was, I guess. But anyway, all right, got tires finally. Went out there our second practice, and I picked up a half a second from our first practice to second practice. So I was pleased there. I mean, I still wasn't fast. I mean, I still wasn't top group by no means of guys, but I was pleased with the car. It seemed like it had speed. I know all that was with a more experienced driver in it at the time probably would have made a lot bigger difference. But mine didn't feel bad. I was pleased. There was a few changes I wanted to make, obviously, but as far as platform of the car, felt pretty good. Felt like it was adjustable. How about yours?
Yeah, I went out there, and we've been making it, little adjustments here and there, and I just ran 2 laps. Second lap, I cut off a decent lap, and I just pulled on in. I didn't want to put any extra laps on the tires,
Right.
and but I was pleased with it. I thought it felt pretty good at the time.
Well, good. Went out to qualify, and in my qualifying, I stepped it up another 10th from practice. So, I was going in the right direction. Every time I went out, I got faster. So I did feel good about that. So, still started towards the latter half of the field, I'll say. Started 17th out of 23.
23, yeah.
Yeah. So there were people slower than me, so I didn't feel awful. And some of them that were slower than me have been racing for a long, long time, actually. So, and in saying that, I still, we went with a few tenths off the front. I mean, it wasn't. It was tight pack. So, how about you? How'd you feel in qualifying?
That's where I kind of started to get the mixed feelings. I mean, we qualified a decent time. There were some cars that were insanely fast, but we cut an O off. I was hoping for maybe in the 90s, but O was pretty decent, and I think we ended up 9th or something, which was not great, but I was hoping it raced good. But I could kind of tell it was a little snug getting off, and we tried to start adjusting, but that's kind of the first red flag that raised, I guess. But it was still pretty quick, so I was still decently pleased with it.
All right, well, then we got into our Charger feature, and things got a little crazy. For me, anyway. It was I started on the bottom in 17th, and I found out quickly the bottom was not where I needed to be. I needed to be up at least a half a groove, almost a whole groove. My car was a lot faster, a car width off the bottom, but I couldn't get there, so I was stuck down on the bottom. The car that was in front of me was. I was like, how did I qualify behind this car? Because they were way slower than me, but I was stuck behind them, and the only way I could ever pass them was I had to make it 3 wide, and I was not about to even try that.
Good decision.
Yeah. So anyway, we rode for quite a while, rode pinned on the bottom, and finally got a caution. So that first run, what'd you feel? How'd you feel?
I was tight
Didn't
off
like
the
it?
rack. Yeah. No, I mean I was somewhat keeping up, but the nose was shoving. I knew it was going to go back. I just holding on.
That's the thing that stinks about it. It don't matter if you're pushing or loose, either one. You know it's not going to get better.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's always going to get worse because you're just building heat.
Yeah.
In whichever tire, so it's typically just going to get worse. So we come back off the restart. I got it started on the outside actually, and I was like, great, this is perfect. Go around a lap, and I'm moving up. I done passed about 4 cars here. So I'm like, nice, here we go. We're rolling now. Go through 1 and 2. I pick off another car, and I look on the inside, and the number 1, Mr. Archie Adams Sr. I don't know what happened. I think he told me a car got in the back of him, which is quite possible. I couldn't see. But all I know is I look and I see him brake really loose. Like I thought he was going to spin around in front of everybody, but he corrected to the right really hard. And I stopped him from spinning out, but in that it spun me out. Mm-hmm. So I spun out middle of 1 and 2, coming off 2, sitting there. Wasn't a lot of damage, not too much. I mean, it knocked crush panel in on the bottom, so wasn't a big deal. But it kind of busted the door up and stuff like that. So nothing major. So we got back going, but I will say after that, I must have burnt the back tires up in spinning because I was loose. Mm-hmm. So, what'd you feel about the rest of your race? No, you was tight, but you still was making good times.
Yeah, we wheeled it there. I mean, we had 2 or 3 restarts there, and I ended up being on the top side almost all of them, which is good. It's where I needed to be. The only way I can make any speed was just trying to keep them wound up around the top.
Yeah.
But I ran anywhere from 8th to 10th through the whole race, just too tight to do anything, really, just trying to hold the outside and buy my time until, just see what could happen. And there at the end, pretty uneventful for me. But there at the end, ended up getting pinned behind somebody who was even worse off than I was, and ended up losing a couple spots and finished 9th or 10th, I think 10th. But not bad. I mean, I want to be better, but just missed the setup a little bit this week, I guess.
Is what it is. Not bad. Well, I know it wasn't your first race out this year, but first one that you were able to really run in, because motor problems another one, so not too bad there to figure, for a good start to the season. So it's good to see. But I ended up getting run off the track again by another car. He told me that he didn't know I was out there. He finally told me he didn't know I was out there. I was at his door, but he didn't know I was out there.
That ain't what you want to hear.
Not what I want to hear. But so we had a terrible finish. But I was happy with the car. But it you see it's not in here. So it will be headed back over to Chad's shop this week, and we're going to he gonna help me we gotta put a door on it, fix quarter panel, reattach the front fender, and probably a rocker panel on it. So it's all good. But I want to go ahead and thank all my sponsors that helped me out on there for sure. Powman Machine Fabrication, appreciate y'all. If and Ham Iron Works, Lee's Tire and Auto, Dixie Made, Rev Max Racing, Huntley Chiropractic, Elite Heating and Cooling, B&R Business Solutions. I hope I'm got everybody. So, what about you?
L&M Frameworks, Barricade Backflow Prevention, Action Services, and Extreme Landscaping, all on the car right now.
Good deal.
Appreciate them.
Good deal. Cool.
But yeah.
What do you think about Sterling?
Well, first off, I want to thank Elite Heating and Cooling for sponsoring our baseball team. Let's start with that. That's cool. But and Ma said, "Hey,
Ma.
Hey, my first time on the podcast."
She's freaking out over there. So, but no. As far as your weekend goes, track man, I think that's awesome. Positive. First time out with the car. Not knowing anything, not having any idea, not sitting in the CD1 and in a Charger car for sure. So a lot of unknowns there. I think definitely a positive out for when you who to help out and who to stay away from. So I think that's definitely carried over from week to week. I believe that. I think Connor probably knows. Also, he's been in that class for a while. I think you know who to stay away from. So,
definitely.
But anyway, no, I definitely good to hear how well it went. And glad Connor, glad you got you a good power plant in there, one you can rely on for sure. So hopefully we can get the other one figured out there for sure too. But yeah, so I'm happy, man.
Well, good deal. Cool, man. All right. Well, I know you got to head out to the scrimmage game. Who y'all scrimmaging?
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. But we're gonna see. We're gonna check it out. We got one today and one Thursday. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy week. So anyway, I'm gonna say my drivers when y'all pick.
Yep, I was about to do that real quick since we're sitting here. I wanted to go over it real fast. I want to go ahead and say that picking up week 5 win here is me. with Corey LaJoy.
Good deal.
Sterling brought home second, I believe, with Ryan Blaney. And Connor was running pretty good with Kevin Harvick there. So,
Well, I had McDowell last week. And he
that's right. You had McDowell. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I looked at the wrong one.
Yeah, McDowell, and I don't know. He was up front at one point. I don't think he finished very good.
He was. He kind of he got off sequence. Or no, he had a penalty at one point. That's what happened to him. So moving on to Coda this week. And Connor, you get to pick first.
Well, cool. Kind of a hard one to pick. Only really one race to base it off of because the first race was in the rain.
Yep.
But I think I'm gonna take Suarez.
Connor over here, he's studying. He going back a couple years. The first one was in the rain and all this stuff. So, all right, Sterling, who you want?
I'm gonna go ahead and take AJ. AJ, it is.
AJ Allman Dinger. You can't do that because you took him on week 2.
I did?
You did.
What?
You took him at California.
Really? What? Why did I do that? That makes no sense to me. But anyway, I digress. Okay, all right. I'm going to go with, oh, man. You got me all messed up now. Let's see. I'm looking at the sheets here as you're doing it here.
Hold on, I'll go to page 2.
Heck, man, I don't know. Let's go with well, I don't think it's gonna help me much. Let's go with Tyler Reddick, man. Tyler Reddick.
I like it. He's been a wheelman on
the road courses.
On road courses for some reason, which is really weird to me. I don't understand how these dirt guys have become so good on road courses. Hasn't made sense to me at all. So, all right. So y'all haven't
throttle control, man. Throttle control.
I guess so. That will be week 6 there. I am going to look at this paper. And since you couldn't take him because you already took him on week 2, I'm going to take AJ Allmendinger. So appreciate it, Sterling.
Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm the only one that's got AJ in my back pocket now.
You're the only one holding on to AJ. So there's still some more road courses coming up for sure. So he's a good one. Suarez, I think, has become a really good one on road courses. Another one I think is going to be good on road courses that we don't know, but I think Ty Gibbs is going to be a good road course racer. So,
yep, very well could be.
We will see.
For sure.
We will see. Anyway, all right. Well, go have fun there at baseball practice or scrimmage game, and tell the Elite Heating and Cooling team we said good luck.
We'll sure do it. All right, y'all enjoy, and I'll be seeing y'all next week.
All right.
Sounds good.
Take it easy.
Later.
All right, Connor. Well, so out at Florence Motor Speedway this past week, they had twin late model stock races. I got to pay attention to a good bit because we were next to last. So we didn't have a whole lot going on for quite a while. First race was a wreck fest.
It was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a weekly late model show be that rough, like just start to finish.
And I didn't, yeah, and especially when you know you got twin races.
Yeah. Usually that twin races just make the first one.
Yeah.
It's pretty much ride.
Yep, they'll ride.
If you're not in the top 3, most of them just back off and ride.
Yeah, they'll typically ride maybe until the last 10 laps or so, and then try to go if they think they got something. But no, they didn't do that. It from front to back They were beating, banging, tearing cars up.
They tore some of them up.
Travis Truitt, Whitney Meggs, they got into it. I think Whitney, something happened with her, and Travis got into her.
Oh yeah, it was all on restarts.
Yeah. They were just. Then there was another car that wrecked. I know 4 times. I think.
Probably so.
And I don't know why. It's just it was wild. It was wild out there. But Matt Cox ended up sitting on pole for first race and won it from the pole. He was back and forth a little bit there, but they put on a good race there for the lead because they kept getting short runs.
Yeah,
for sure. So that was interesting to watch. It was fun. It was fun to watch. I like those races. Then I will say, let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the other races that were out there and who did what in them because I ain't gonna watch them all. But I do know, as always over there, that when he shows up, Legend Cars, the Joe Ryan team came to town. Keelan Harvick with him. I will say Kevin was over there with us.
Yeah,
good bit, or pretty much all day Saturday. Keelan was with him. But that Landon Lewis guy
dominated.
He is so fast in a Legend car.
I mean, I didn't look at the times, but somebody told me they were in the mid-19s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Running pretty much the same thing,
A Charger.
We were running.
Yeah.
So, those fly. Or, I mean, me and you know, but that is flying around there. Yeah. I'm not going to run. I can't run that fast in it.
Those don't even look the same. I don't.
It's not the same car we got.
I don't think if I held mine wide open around there, it's going to run that.
It's crazy. It is crazy how fast those Joe Ryan cars are. AK Performance also, they had some cars up front too, and it's always really cool when the Joe Ryan cars show up because it is a battle pretty much with the AK cars, and it was, but Landon Lewis just checked out on them and dominated, and it was cool to watch. Let's see. I think which one was it?
What you looking for?
Truck race.
Yeah, Cody.
Cody won.
I think Cody
won. Cody won. Yeah, Cody won truck race. Cody Kelly. I've had him on here before. Cody Kelly was he looked like the man over there in the truck race. He's got them trucks figured out kind of over there.
Oh yeah, they know how to do a truck. I'm telling you, he can drive them.
He can drive them for sure. And his brother Casey, he's fast in the.
I think it was. I can't remember who was up there with them. It might have been Remington, but that was actually a really good race if I remember watching it.
Yeah,
I think Cody lost the lead on the restart and then tracked him down and passed him with 2 to go or something. It was a pretty cool race to watch.
Yeah. Go back and everybody, if you hadn't watched, I will say every race we had at Florence Motor Speedway this past weekend was exciting racing. Kevin Jackson won the 4 cylinders over there. He's got so many laps.
Around Florence
that it is. I asked him finally the other night because we were talking about it, and I was like, that car is not, because I was telling somebody, I was like, that's an old car he's driving. I was like, that thing is nowhere close to new.
Yeah.
And they're running like that. And Kevin come got in line with us up there at the pay window, and I asked him then, I said, man, how old is that car? I built that car in 2007.
Wow.
Still the same car.
That's what year my car is.
Yeah, mine's older than that. I don't want to hear it. Well, the center section's older. Mine's a 99, I think it is. So, but mine's been clipped and front, rear, and everything. So, but that is surprising to me because there's guys that have come over to Florence in those 4-cylinders and have built brand new cars. And they've sunk some money in them things.
Oh, yeah. That 4-cylinder class is as much as a late model, money-wise, sometimes.
Oh, yeah, especially motor-wise.
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting. It was it's crazy to me how much they spend, though. And Kevin told us, he's like, these guys out here turning their motors, 88, 85. He said, I thought I wasn't quite turning enough today. I was only turning, what did he say, 71, 72?
Yeah, something down there.
I was like, man, that's just when you know your car is rolling.
He's got it figured out.
Yeah, he's got that thing figured out for sure. He's good to go. Cool. Well, we got Bryant Barnhill coming on here shortly. He should be jumping on. He was the winner of the second late model stock race, so he'll be jumping in here shortly, and we'll go right into it whenever he gets on here. Anyway, want to go ahead while we're taking a minute here. Thank all of our affiliates, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, guys. If you need an engine power plant for your car, you always want, obviously, in everything we do, we want quality. So, guys, head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Be sure to get over there. Earl specializes. He don't have one motor he specializes in. He does anything, which is any good motor man does. But it's so crazy because Crate Motor is one of his top performing engines that he puts out. 604, 602s, whatever you want, guys. Head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines. If you need supers, motors for your modified, even us asphalt guys, pretty much, I got one I'm about to send to him now. So head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines, guys. Get all the power you need under your hood today. While you go over there, get some time on his chassis dyno, because there's always these add-ons that you can add on, pulley wise or whatever else wise, and see what jumps up your horsepower on your car. So get over there today. Tell Earl we sent you. While you're over there, probably one of the things you're going to put on there is what's written on my chest right here. Some Profab headers. Guys, not only do they look good and sound good, more importantly, they perform great. So head over to Profab headers and exhaust, guys. Tell them us over here at Chicken Bone Alley sent you. I don't know, might cost you more. No, I'm just picking. Talk to our buddy Andrew Garris over there. Tell them we sent you. I don't care what you're looking for, guys. If you're looking for dirt cars, asphalt cars, super late models, street stocks, whatever you got, Profab probably already builds a header for it. If not, there is some custom ways they go about some things. But most likely they already got it. They probably can go back and pull it off a shelf, maybe. Or if not, it's one of their production items. And you can order it from them. They'll produce it for you and send it on. So head over to Profab headers and exhaust. And like I said, tell them we sent you. But and also you can get those Profab headers and exhaust at SRI Performance. So head over to SRI Performance and go through everything they got there, and go to their used section, their used parts section, and that is one of the coolest sections I've ever seen. I know your dad headed up there a few weeks ago.
Yep.
It was quite the haul they brought back. Nah, wasn't too bad. But I know he come back with a sway bar for you, which is just type stuff us guys down here, stuff we're looking for. Use sway bars. Everybody's always looking for stuff like that. Trying different sizes because there's so many different ones, and you don't want to go out and spend huge money on the big ones. So you want to get a used one and save some money, and brake calipers that they use on cup side and all that good stuff. So head over to SRI Performance and get everything you need. Also, same thing deal, guys, over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Everything you need to rebuild a a race car, or like me, when you wreck one on the weekend, need some more parts for it. Need all that sheet metal, painted aluminum, all those sheets. Head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys, and they will hook you up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have on the phone now a buddy of mine that we kind of just met last year, actually, and I don't know. I guess he just one of the cool guys at the track there. Whenever I went up to ask him something, he just acted like he knew me forever. So we just continued to be that way. But anyway,
I mean.
Yeah, coming home with a win this past Saturday night from Florence Motor Speedway in the second late model stock race, Mr. Bryant Barnhill. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. I was fixing to say, like, even though I knew your name before I met you, I still call you Chicken Bone. I don't know if you realize that or not. Every time I see you, instead of saying your actual name, I've just been calling you Chicken Bone.
That's fine. There's so many people to call me that anyway. So I answer to it now.
Hey, there's worse things people can call you. So hey,
there's a few nights they probably do. This past Saturday night, someone probably called me that. I don't know. I might have been calling them that. I don't know.
Absolutely.
So what you up to, man? What's going on today?
Man, I got a short week. I started my day off out at Stella Setter Sanctuary Ranch over in south of Conway. Taking care of, we got 20 English setter puppies out there. We got mini cows and all sorts of stuff, building stables, and been busy out there at the ranch. And then I have to hurry back here to the race shop, get everything unloaded. I got a short week, so yeah, got my hands full.
That's always fun. Always fun. Well, man, I want to, before we get too far into this, man, I want to, for the people that don't know you, I mean, there's a lot of people that know you, but there's might be a couple out there that still don't, that maybe listen to this show. I want you to go ahead and just kind of introduce yourself, tell them who you are, what you do, and all that fun stuff.
I appreciate it. I mean, born and raised Conway, South Carolina, cut my teeth, in go-karts, obviously the old Conway Cartway and over Southern Cartway, dirt oval flat track, and hopped up to mini stock for a very short bit, and then next thing I know, I'm in my dad's Charger car at the track I grew up watching everybody, and at Myrtle Beach, and fell in love with racing, tenfold over again between my family and our history of it, but also just purest form of racing at Myrtle Beach. And I was absolutely blessed to have that, and because of that, it opened up me to some more opportunities as I moved up to late models, and then did some ARCA stuff and ran in the truck series for a couple of years, and now I'm at my happiest. I'm racing a late model on a Saturday night. Got great sponsors, and I'm having a ball with it.
Well, it sure looks like you are, man. That's it's always cool to see you at the track and knowing your racing past, because you've done the majority of it. You've lived a lot of the dream that a lot of racers have wanted to go do, make it to the NASCAR ranks of some sort, and you've done well, man. And it's cool to have you racing with us over here at Florence Motor Speedway, pretty much on a weekly basis. Oh yeah, no,
Steve and all Zachariah's family and Doc and everybody has made Florence, obviously losing Myrtle Beach, that will forever be, a part of me and a part of my life and part of my family. But what everybody in the community that I've received at Florence, it's like gone but haven't left. And it's been amazing. And, it's been an absolute blessing. That's for sure.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, man, you I do want to ask something real quick. How old are you?
I'm 24 years old.
24, and done that all at 24. Man, that's it's impressive. That is impressive. All right, I have to ask everybody this, because I started out racing go-karts too. That was I spent many, many days down there at Conway Cartway, like you were talking about, way back in the day. I remember back in the day, me and Miranda and Elvis used to race down there together years ago.
Oh man!
But I have to ask everybody, what were you riding back then in the go-kart days?
I had an old Desperado chassis.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I had an old Desperado chassis, and I forget what motor we ran. The thing was so crazy for me is like, I mean, yeah, I think for me, like I started off racing when I was 3, and I got out of it when I was 11 in go-karts, or 10 or 11. And yeah, it's completely foreign as far as running with kids your age. Like, especially if you go out to harshes or whatnot,
Oh,
we
yeah.
just sit there and pull plates all night and, move lead or whatever. But we'd pull plates, and I want to think it was like a Dixie something motor. And, man, but it's crazy to think of a little kid. I'm surprised, people didn't come up to me and hate me or something like that when you got this little 8-year-old kid racing with 40-year-old men. Like, yeah, I got so much lead on me. I look like, David in the Bible, just giving them all the armor and everything, just going get feeding to the wolves.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. I will say, not bragging myself, but I was kind of in that same boat as you were. I started young, and we did the same thing. Won a lot of races, so they started kicking us out of classes, and I had to move up when I was a lot younger than everybody in it, and they hated that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know it. And it was crazy to me when we started going to other tracks, like Conway or Southern Cartway, and I was like, oh wow, there's more kids my age in this class, and they're like, yeah, well, that's how it is, Actually, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, that's the normal thing.
Oh,
yeah,
well, cool.
But
man.
it's also crazy because the fact that I got my first ever like official start in a go-kart race or whatnot at Conway Cartway, and that's where, back when it was a dirt track, my grandfather used to help run and promote that as a dirt track.
Yep, and I remember that.
Yeah, so it was just kind of full circle for me to kind of, that's where I get my start, is where my grandpa kind of got his start with promoting and working with racetracks.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Well, cool, man. Well, let's jump to this past Saturday. Twin races for the late model stocks over at Florence Motor Speedway. Man, you look like you had a fast car out there all day.
Yeah, no, I mean, we did. I'm be honest, I'm a little probably hypercritical of myself, where I'm, I could go out and run the perfect race, and I still feel like, hey, it's just a little too tight. We might need to work on that a little bit. So, we had some good speed. Man, that first race, that's a race that's definitely gonna haunt me in my sleep. That's for sure. Just, driving up the third, and I was honestly just cruising outside and just riding and buying my time, just because in my mind I was like, either they're, as hard as they're racing against each other, they're either going to wreck each other, or they're going to single file out, and then I could just roll the outside and be on my merry way. But cautions were not my friend all this past weekend, and got ran into the back of when the caution came out, and unfortunately popped the right rear tire. And I mean, that's just one of those things. It was like right there, because for me, I want that win, to really earn respect, but also really match myself up to see where I lay out with the actual competition and with guys I know I want to compete with. And it's a little, a win's a win, I know, and I'm very, very thankful for the second win, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that are probably out there thinking, oh, he saved his tires or whatever, and but hey, haters gonna hate.
Well, and I want to talk about that because that was a big topic of discussion here for the past week or so, with what happened with Landon Huffman up at Hickory. And fortunately, Steve addressed it. I guess he kind of knew coming into a situation like this. He addressed it in the drivers' meeting on Saturday morning, saying, if something happened with you spun out or whatever, or you got wrecked in the first race, didn't make all your laps, that he told everybody you will have to come out and make your laps. So so it is. That's fair to you, isn't it? I mean, when you say that's fair,
honestly, I can see it from both angles, and I can't really speak too much on Landon's incident or anything like that. But like for me personally, it's just kind of like always been one of those things that that if you ran half the race, like it used to be like back in the days at Myrtle Beach when we'd run twin 40s or twin 50s or whatever it was, you could ride and whatnot, and as long as you meet a certain lap time, which that's still the case, but you could come in at almost halfway. And as long as you ran at least 20 laps on your tires and whatnot, and obviously that's a big hack to the system.
Oh yeah.
Going in the second race. So then they implement it where run your laps in, and for me, it honestly makes sense. Like, I mean, it's obviously we want a little bit of advantage and whatnot, and I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of funny for me because me and Hayes Goodson, I got 2 right rear tires out of the hauler. And I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, this is all I got. Oh, this is gonna be a fun night right here. And the one that was a little bit better, I'm like, Mike Cox comes over there choosing. I'm like, hey, but look at this one. Look, this one looks like it's got 200 laps on it. It's crazy, man. I'm like, don't mind those letters on it, though. And he's like, oh, this one right here should be good. And I'm like, yep, that one actually does have 200 laps on them. That's just great. Okay. But, it's the name of the game and whatnot. And I know when you have guys that kind of slack back in the first race, which, one thing that, like, because Chad McCumbee, he has always been a mentor of mine, and he's somebody I always look up to and I highly respect. And, he's always been that guy for me. One thing he taught me at an early age at Myrtle Beach was, in twin races, you have to go hard in the first one. Now you go hard, and then if you kind of follow in with a long green flag run and you're not catching the guy in front of you, then just ride. But you got to get all you can get, because if you don't have it in the first race, you sure aren't going to have it in the second one.
That's right. Well, that's always been my thought too, is regardless of especially when you have those twin races like that, and they're fairly short races, for the most part, you can lay back if you want, but Florence Motor Speedway isn't exactly the easiest track in the world to make a pass on. So you're liable to burn your stuff up even more just trying to pass everybody.
Oh, I know it. And that's honestly, like, I don't know what this past year I've developed with that high side, but like I got like another 2 grooves up there if I need to use them. So if someone's running the high side, I can, I know how to position myself to where I can still drive up underneath them or, whatever. And that's something that I don't know. I can't even really explain it or understand for myself. I just know. And, for me, that's kind of became a tool of passing when you have a lot of guys, a lot of drivers that have developed that kind of bottom feeder mentality of, just that's where you make speed. If you don't have it there, don't try to search for it, I guess. I don't really know. But for me, I'm kind of used to cars, just kind of what you got is what you got. You got to make speed somehow. You better find it somewhere on the track.
Do you think, and I always talk about it, I even told somebody that at the start of the race the other night, I said, watch Bryant, he'll be on the outside here going for it. And, I always pick at you coming over there, high, wide, and handsome. There he goes.
Oh, yeah, man.
But do you think that that's something maybe, and I know you said it's come over the past year or so, but, that's got to come from somewhere. Do you think the time that you spent in the ARCA cars and even the truck stuff maybe helped with that, because that's something used there a lot more than it is typically on short tracks around here?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I'd even go as far back as, my years at Myrtle Beach, because there's one thing at my last few years of running full seasons of late models at Myrtle Beach that I just learned to do was, well, I don't have any tire left and it's a late restart. I can roll this outside lane, put it 3 wide, rolling into 1, and, I could pick up 3 or 4 positions just on the roll on the top. And so I went from that to where when I was in the truck series, I would honestly equate it to a track like how Kentucky was. Right. Kentucky, you kind of drive it off in there, and you just kind of have a feel for it, and you're not trying to go to the bottom of the track. You're just kind of you're trying to get up and to keep your momentum to come off. And I feel like it did help a little bit with that, but it's definitely kind of giving me that taste of my old Myrtle Beach days on a late restart. But in this case, I actually have the tire, and I'm actually saving it probably a lot more than I have, if I try to run the bottom.
I got you. We're going to get you in a dirt car one of these days.
Man, I ran one dirt race for a family friend of ours. He had a old Rocket chassis and whatnot, and I didn't have the money to run the Myrtle Beach or the South Carolina 400 in 2020. So I called him up. He said, well, if you can mount this nose on it. And he said, you can take it. I'll pay for everything. Man, we rode. I learned how to shift a straight drive right before we put it on the trailer.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and that's probably and obviously we were way out of our range on everything. And we were out there with dummy shocks. Basically, I was bouncing around like a bobblehead, that just got handed to a 3-year-old. I mean, I had my hands full, but it was still the most fun I've ever had.
Dang, that's what I'm talking about. Well, cool. All right. Well, since you found out, that this high side can definitely work, obviously, over at Florence Motor Speedway, because you will definitely use it. Tell us about how that race went Saturday night, man. They coming to the win.
Yeah, no, I knew starting 13th, we definitely had our work cut out for us. And I'll be honest, even if it went, green to checkered, I still feel like, we could have definitely made a run, for the win. Just knowing how a lot of those guys were driving in the first race, that early on. And, man, I'm gonna be honest, I puckered up a couple times there, especially with that big one when I drove through. I have a lot of talents and abilities that God has given me, and I don't know why he added that one in there, but I'm sure glad he did put that one in the books for me, because, I'm thinking about that right fender cost $200. Oh, no, not doing that. No, not doing that. And we got through that, and then, man, it's honestly just, just kind of taking the race as it goes. It's one of those things that I hate to say it, but, throughout my years, it's a little bit been a rarity of me to know that, okay, I feel like I have the car to beat. And, then for me, it was just kind of taking them one by one and, kind of, just trying to keep it clean and not in the race early for us. But I tell you what, it's a lot of fun for me when I get to race guys like Casey Kelly and like Ryan Glenski, guys I have a lot of respect for, and I know where we all come from. And man, when I get to race with those guys and kind of close and good, clean racing, that made my night definitely worth it.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm gonna tell you real quick. Now, I was kind of telling Connor this a little earlier. In the Charger race right there before y'all's second late model stock race that you won, I got stuck on the bottom and I could not get up. And when I finally got up, I was like, hey, I've seen Bryant do this. I'm going to the outside. And this ain't no lie. I started picking off cars. I was like, hey, I like this. Then all of a sudden one got loose under me and hit me and spun me out. And I said, well, that didn't work.
You got to go higher.
Apparently, I was not high enough. I was not high enough.
Yeah, me and you's high as a groove up.
Yeah. Brian's is 5 more up there.
Yeah, hey, there's tons more to be gained up there. I mean, and that's why it was funny when Hayes was on the radio with me, and Hayes was like, all right, now watch out, Glenski, he loves the high line. And I'm like, watching Ryan Glenski run in front of me, and I'm like, oh, what? I'm seeing how he runs it, and I'm like, no. I was like, nah, I'll just arc it a little bit sooner, and then I'll roll up underneath him, and then I'm like thinking afterwards, I'm like, how in the world did I know to do? How did I know that I was going to work out? How did I know I didn't hit a pothole? I can't really tell you. But what was really funny was after the 400, I was talking with Dale Jr. and obviously he had got into me earlier in the race, and I was kind of picking at him with it. Of course, he's like, what car were you in? And once I told him what car I was in, he started laughing. He was, I don't know how in the world you were rolling the high side. He was like, I followed you up there. And he goes, yeah, it took one corner for me to go, nope, not doing that again. And, yeah, so that's definitely something that I'm going to hold on tight as long as I can.
That's awesome, man. Well, I do have to ask, and I'm not asking for specifics by no means, even though I may later because you can come down there to mine. But but is that something that you have to work on the car and set up a little different to be able to do that, or is that just something you found even with the typical setup?
So I'm gonna be honest, like when I got back into these cars, really the beginning of last year, I completely forgot in my mind that I basically was out of late model stocks for just about three or 4 years. Like I didn't really have a full-time season since like 2017. So, and I do all the work on the car, for the most part. I always have my family that can help me out when they can and whatnot. As far as like setting it up, like it's just kind of me at the shop. So I'm trying to figure this stuff out with cars that evolve in the month. And I honestly started off the year, the car was just so tight it couldn't run the bottom. So I would just try to make speed on the high side. So I was kind of, in a way, it was like kind of a beauty of the struggle. I ended up learning something far better over time with running the high side. But no, I mean, for me, the speed's made up at the bottom. And if I can get my car to run the bottom, I can always make it work at the top if I need it. So that's kind of how I've always looked at it. And, still need to get it better, but it's nice to know that I always have that kind of escape. If I don't have it down low, I know where I can go find it.
Well, all right. In saying that, so Saturday night after you even won the race, is there still something that you would go do to the car to try to make it better now?
Oh, of course, yeah. Now I'm not going to talk specifics,
right.
But yeah, no. I mean, there's some things that I know that I know I need, especially rolling into this next weekend with the Cars Tour. That for me is the ultimate sign of like seeing, okay, this is where we stack up with, the best of the best. And so I always know that I need to be better and whatnot. And, until I'm, I can honestly start from the pole and, win with over a second. And, I still feel like we need to do something to pick up more speed or get a little bit better. Because if I lose that, then this racing thing probably won't work out too long.
That's right. Exactly. Well, cool, man. Well, awesome job taking the win there Saturday night. I told him Sunday, Connor, that I said, apparently y'all must have savored that victory too much, because I go rolling by Florence Motor Speedway at about 12:30 yesterday, going to my in-laws to go eat, and I see a toter come pulling out, and I look, Bryant Barnhill Racing on the side. I was like, God, y'all must have really savored that one.
Man, I wish I could say I really savored it, but I did in a way, because I finally got to sleep. I finally got to sleep, man. I literally, I didn't really drink or anything on that Saturday night after the race. I went and grabbed some Waffle House for Layla and them, and I got to enjoy that. And then when my head hit the pedal in that toter, I didn't set an alarm, and I was out. And I woke up to phone calls from Mama and everything the next day, and I was like, oh man, I better drive back.
Time to go.
Yep. I guess I can't stay here until next weekend.
Well, I mean, you could get a lot of testing done between here and there, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, if I had the budget and if I had tires, I wouldn't put it past me.
There you go. All right. Rolling into next weekend, you're going to run with this Cars Tour at Florence Motor Speedway there. Are you ready for it, man?
Yeah, I believe we are. I mean, definitely in a lot better of a kind of a situation where I was the last time I ran the Cars Tour at South Boston. I feel like our motor package is where it needs to be, and the car's in a lot better, arena. I guess you can kind of say we're closer to where we need to be, and I feel good about it. I just feel like we just got to go out there and execute. We're no matter how we look at it, we're definitely the underdog, and but I mean, hey, that's always been fine by me. It makes me want to put it on them even more.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, cool, man. Well, going into it, knowing some of the guys that's coming in this race. Well, I will say, I mean, what's cool about this past weekend, and there was no car store race, so a lot of those guys came down, and ran this past weekend, and we see how you fared there. So I feel like you got a good chance, man.
Yeah, no, I feel, pretty good about it. And plus, like, it also helps for me that, I have a lot of guys, local competition, especially guys like Matt Cox and obviously Casey Kelly and Ryan Glinsky and, just guys like that, when you compete with them, all year long, it's not like if I were to roll up at an event like this, I feel really out of place because I know where these guys stack up, when the big dogs do come to town. And so, if you can run with them, you can run with the rest. And so I feel confident about that. And, it's one of those things. You're lucky to be racing at Florence.
Yeah, man. It's always good to be racing at Florence. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, cool, man. Cool deal. Well, man, I'm ready to get over there and see it this weekend. I'm ready to check you out and ready to cheer you on. I like it. I love when our local guys jump in those big races like that, man. It's always cool to watch.
Oh yeah, no, it's something for me that's the one thing that I've always loved and enjoyed about the Cars Tour series, and I feel like they have such an amazing package. For me, it's almost equivalent to the old Hooters Pro Cup series in a way. I mean, it's not as I guess I can't really put it into words as far as the fanfare and all that stuff because I hadn't really experienced that. But as far as the racing and the teams and everything, it's like that, but it's where you have these local guys that can compete, and your hometown guy may show up and show out and take it to the big guys, and it's definitely a tall task, but man, that's just the beauty of it, and that's what makes the Cars Tour the premier late model series.
It definitely are, man, and I'm just like you with looking at it like it's the old Hooters Pro Cup. Well, I mean, essentially it is. It's
yeah,
that's what it was, and so it's so much fun to watch those guys, and it's so competitive out there nowadays, and it's and the guys they got coming and running that with all the with everybody that's in that field is insane.
You're running with some guys that I'm pretty sure they definitely surpassed my budget. I'd say by far. But that's never kind of deterred us or whatnot. And so, I mean, with our sponsors and everything this year, I'm trying to build my program up to, a Cars Tour level. That's what I want us to be able to go and run those races and not feel like, we're going to be off or struggle there or whatever, but we're going to go and we're going to be competitive and race for wins. And I know that's a very tall task to ask and to try to do, but, that's the best, and I want to run with the best, so that's what you have to do. And, we're going to run this Florence race with the Cars Tour, and then there's 2 or 3 other Cars Tour races this year that we are looking at. I know my sponsors, they're dying to go to North Wilkesboro, so we'll probably make a run at that and see what we can't do there as well.
Nice. I like it a lot. So speaking of sponsors, though, go ahead and tell us who all helping you out on that ride this year.
Absolutely. I mean, my big sponsor, definitely Sandy with SSS Ranch, which the 3 S's stand for Stella's Setters Sanctuary Ranch and Kennel. We have 20 puppies, purebred English setters. If you're looking for an amazing dog, definitely hit us up. And we have cows and everything, and a lot of stuff going on there. And then Barnhill Realty Company, my family, they've been in the real estate business for years down at the beach and in Horry County. And then Ryan's Excavation and Pools, they help us out a lot. And then Corbin Collective, International Event, Intentional Adventure. They hopped on at the end of last year, and they helped us out a good bit. And then I got to give a shout out to my boy Cameron with the Bailey Road Band. My boys, they helped me out a good bit, and it's awesome to kind of help promote them doing what they love as well.
That they are a good band. We got to check them out there at Florence Motor Speedway at the 400 this past year, and they were a really good band for sure. So everybody go check them out if you haven't already. The Bailey Road Band, they're cool. Actually, I got to run the lights for them this past time, so that was cool. Well, I'm gonna sneak over there. I'm gonna stick a Chicken Bone Alley sticker on that car too sometime.
Hey, absolutely, man, absolutely. We got plenty of space on it. Yeah,
there we go.
Oh yeah.
Well, Bryant, man, I sure appreciate you jumping on here with us, buddy, and hanging out. And man, I love having you on here every time you've been on here, and love walking through the pits when I get a chance to. And with the camera, I always seem to find you somehow and stick a camera in your face.
Hey, I honestly appreciate every bit of it, and when you're doing something you love, and it's honestly just a blessing just to have the opportunity to do what I'm doing, and anytime I can talk to somebody or do any kind of interview, especially with you, I always love to do so.
Well, you are more than welcome anytime, my friend. You got the phone number. Just call on over or hop on good old Zoom and jump on and say, hey, I want to be on.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you this weekend back at Florence Motor Speedway in the Cars Tour race. Man, I want to pick up another W. I'm pulling for you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, make sure you come and hang out with us, and everybody listening, check it out on Flow Racing, and honestly, just follow along. See if these hometown boys and underdogs can take it to the big boys in the pack. So, we're excited about it, and can't wait.
All right, man. Well, I sure appreciate it, and we'll be talking to you soon, man.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bryant Barnhill coming off a win there at Florence Motor Speedway in the second race of the late model stock division there this past week, rolling into the Cars Tour race this weekend.
Yep, I think it'll be pretty cool cars race this week. I've never done it this early in the season with the Cars Tour.
No, normally it's late.
Yeah, it's usually almost in October or something. So that's cool, and I think it'll be a good race.
I always love watching Cars Tour. It's there's something about it, and I guess it's like this, like even at the 400, and I guess it's so different if you're just a casual race fan and watch NASCAR or something on TV most of the time, you see those guys just hammered down from the time that they get tires first of the race to the end of the race. They're wide open. Late model stock racing is a little bit different. Hoosier brings a fairly soft tire to the track for these guys, and in being soft, it creates wonderful grip. It is wonderful. It makes you feel like a superhero out there going around the corner. But the problem is with it, it won't last too long.
No.
Especially
if you abuse it.
That's why, yeah, exactly what I'm saying. So if you go real hard with it, you won't make it long. You will all of a sudden burn that tire up. So it is a constant chess match of who can run it as hard as they can, but be as gentle on it as they can. And with the longer races at Cars Tour races and stuff like that, it really brings out who's got car control, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I just love the way it travels.
Yeah.
All the tracks, up and down the East Coast. I think that's really cool. I think it brings a good revenue to each track it goes to because it's got a good following and it always puts on good racing.
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does. Well, cool, guys. Well, also, I want to give a shout-out to some of our friends here. Dixie Made. Y'all head over to Dixie Made. If you're here in the Florence area especially, head over right next to the flea market, Dixie Made. Let's see. I'm trying to think of Southern Fried Cotton, Drake, Axis, Local Boy. There's all kind of brands over there, guys. Just true Southern apparel. So you guys head over to Dixie Made, pick up some of the awesome stuff they got over there: t-shirts, hats, hoodies, bags, pretty much anything you want, and it's all our fine Southern apparel over there. So you guys head over there. Also, guys, I want to give a big shout out here to RevMax Racing Apparel, guys. Did I ever get to show you my stuff?
No, I just thought about that.
I finally got it up.
Yeah.
Here. I'm not going to show it on the camera right now because I want to do a little
I'll make you a reveal video.
yeah, when I get it, but I'm gonna show it to Connor here just to get his reaction here. So there it is.
Wow. Yeah. That's pretty sweet, man.
You like that?
I do.
It look all right.
It is. It's clean.
It's clean looking.
Yeah. Well, good,
Maybe I
man.
can keep it. Maybe I can keep it clean.
Yeah.
But RevMax Racing, guys, if you are in the market for a driving suit, gloves, guys, head over to RevMax Racing Apparel. They are top notch, and Connor just saw it here. To me, it's some really good looking stuff.
Absolutely.
Custom design suits. Taylor down there, she takes her time on every suit that she designs, with input from you on what you're wanting on it. Makes it look just awesome. So head over to RevMax Racing and tell them we sent you down there to them. And I got to head down there and pick this suit up this week. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. I'm ready to see it too.
Yeah,
Ready to see it.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's one of them things like Christmas time.
Yeah. I've been waiting. No doubt. That's a good product you got there.
It is very good product. So y'all head down to RevMax Racing Apparel. All right, so we talked a little bit about some cup racing stuff. I want to go back to the Xfinity race real quick. Regardless of anything else happening in it, it was Atlanta. It was super speedway type racing now. A few wrecks here and there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Highlight of the race.
No doubt.
Josh Williams parking it. They told him to park it on the radio. So he parked it right on start-finish line and got out, gave him a peace sign, gave him the love hands, and walked on in the garage. Straight to the hauler, NASCAR hauler, pretty much.
But
But
scored him there. But I don't blame him. I mean, obviously, I went back and I understood what was going on, but I kind of watched, and it was a caution field first two stages. I mean,
Right.
like caution after caution after caution. And, the piece of his car flew off, whatever, caused another caution right after a previous one. And I mean, I understand why NASCAR would be frustrated because the product on track up to that point was not good.
Right.
It was just a wreck fest. But when have they ever enforced that rule?
Well, this is my problem with it. Now, if you look at the rule, and I saw this brought up, and they showed it, it is a rule that they can pull you off, but there are three different options.
Yeah, that's the
under
harshest penalty you can get.
Right, and they haven't given. There was a warning. There was a pit road or
hold a lap,
or a drive-through, anything, and they went straight to parking him.
And I don't think it was excessive, against the rule.
I don't think it was egregious.
It wasn't like, somebody I saw the other day on Instagram or something where a few years ago they let Chase Elliott ride around the Roval with his back bumper hanging off for 9 laps or something.
Well, and this is something that's not getting said much on social media. Well, it's probably getting said on social media, but NASCAR isn't saying too much about it. They're keeping it quiet. I have zero problem with Brandon Jones, but the exact same thing happened about the exact same time with Brandon Jones. You know what they did to Brandon Jones? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
It's not nothing that should, I mean, it wasn't like he just, meant for it to fly off. Obviously, but
it was cold out
yeah.
there. That stuff don't stick worth a crap when it's cold.
Yeah, and I understand why NASCAR would be frustrated, but I think they were a bit too quick on the trigger with that call, no doubt. And I think it was a warranted response. I mean, I hope they don't fine them too much. I hope they don't park them for another race. I don't know what they'll do.
Well,
I think they'll get a lot of pushback if they do too much, but I don't know if that'll necessarily change their mind.
Yeah, I saw his team put on there, and they put a picture with Josh on there. We got our driver back finally. NASCAR still has our car. I'm wondering if they took the car and are just because no, they can't just take their car, but they can take it all back to the R&D center and tear it all apart just for spite, I guess.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling that's probably what's happening. They're gonna get their car back in boxes. I don't know. It's I don't like it. I mean, they got to do something to him for the fact.
Yeah, they just blatantly.
Yeah, because if not, if they don't do something, somebody get mad next week and then they're going to do it again. So they're going to do something. But I did see on Twitter something. I don't know if Josh posted something or whatever, or somebody posted it from their site or from their account on Twitter. And Denny Hamlin responds right then, nothing but I'll pay your fine.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. He's trying to get some of it off of him, I guess. Make him look like the good guy.
He's not too happy with NASCAR right now, I don't think. And I don't blame him really either.
But yeah, I just I hope they don't crack down on him too hard.
I hope they don't either. But I got a feeling they will.
Yeah, I think if nothing else, Josh Williams garnered a lot of fan support from this.
He did. I ain't even gonna lie. I sent him a message today. I tried to get him on here tonight, talk to us, but he probably ain't never seen the message, because he's probably got so many.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think they said penalty report will be out for them on Tuesday this week. Mm-hmm. So we'll see tomorrow. Maybe by the time y'all listen to this, penalty report will be out. I want to go back real quick, though, and since Denny Hamlin said that, we didn't get to talk about last week. We didn't really know much then. It got pointed out, and let's talk about Denny Hamlin real quick. Denny Hamlin got a fine got penalized for wrecking. I say wrecking. He didn't really wreck him. He run him into the wall. Ross Chastain on the last lap of Phoenix. They were both running pretty bad. So he just kind of walled him, doored him, and walled him, and
I think they were about 10th, and Hamlin was going to the back, and he just decided to take Ross with him.
Yeah, I think so.
Which Ross is giving him good reason to at times.
Right. I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan, personally. I'm not. I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan. I just don't. There's something about him and something he comes across to me that it's just me. Probably a lot of people out there do not agree with me, but there's an arrogance he comes across with that just I don't like. And so, but in saying that, all right, Ross is wrecked Denny, put him in the wall a few times, and it was always said it was racing. The only difference was, I guess, is Denny admitted it.
Yeah.
And I
wouldn't have said it was intentional. Obviously, I don't agree with fining him. 3 days after the race is over But I don't think I'd ever say that I let go of the wheel, as he said, and just decided to take him with me.
No,
I'd have said I got tired. Or
well, I get that, but I think there's also something in I would probably respect him more if he just stands up and says, "Yeah, I rate the man."
Yeah.
Now, in saying that, this is my issue with it, and this is I guess before your time there, Connor. I know you know all about it. Dale Earnhardt, many days, just like with Terry Labonte, I meant to hit him. I meant to rattle his cage. I didn't mean to wreck him, but I meant to hit him.
Yeah.
So he knew that was a possibility. Did NASCAR do anything to him? No.
I mean,
I just think I think those situations with two drivers like that, until it just gets completely out of control and they're wrecking other cars in it, leave them alone.
That's what I say. I was going to say, why put yourself in position to take some heat from that? Just step back.
They'll work it out. I promise you, they'll work it out. Or just like Days of Thunder, when they get stupid out there and can't work it out, then get them both together.
Yeah, I mean, not like they finally did with Dale and who was it, Jeff Bodine?
Jeff Bodine. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna see that in today's NASCAR where they just blatantly just wreck each other every time they see each other. But I don't think why. I mean, why do that?
I could be wrong, and I may be because I don't know him at all. But it comes across I think Ross Chastain is too nice of a guy for that to ever really happen.
Yeah, I
really genuinely think. I don't think he necessarily drove Denny Hamlin any of them times any different than he's drove anybody else.
No. He
doesn't discriminate.
Yeah.
He's just an aggressive driver.
Yeah,
and I like that about him, kind of.
And obviously I like that. But I mean, obviously if he was aggressive and I was going to get into that, I'd probably respond the same way. But yeah, I don't have a problem with the way it's going down between the two drivers. I don't like NASCAR.
Right,
stepping in, and I mean, get a storyline and get a rivalry going.
Right.
I don't think that'll help the sport.
Exactly. I think that'd be perfect for it. There's nothing wrong with what they were doing, in my opinion. And if they want to wreck each other.
Yeah.
Until they start messing other people's stuff up. Don't worry about it. On top of that, Hendrick Motorsports got fined last week they took the
whatever it is in the hood, like
they call them things, louvers.
Okay,
louvers. They took the louvers from their hoods. Come to find out, that is a single source part that you're not supposed to mess with. But I listened to Chad Knaus, and I know he's obviously defending his company, but there's some stuff that I can agree with if he is correct on it. What he said in it was basically, he said, yes, we probably did mess with it. But if you scan it and scan the original that we were given, they scan the same. He said, we're held to this high standard to not bother, to do all this, keep our parts in line, whatever. He said, but the problem is the source that you're getting them from is not held to the same standard we are. So we're getting these parts, and every one of them come in slightly different.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that happens a lot more than comes to light. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I guess it's just who got caught. I mean, and then I understand, but people going in and messing with the parts, that can't happen with this new car. That defeats the whole purpose of the new car. But I think, especially with supply chain issues, I think it's happened a lot more than NASCAR on its own. They're
pumping it out as fast as they can, and can't nobody keep too great of a quality control when you're pumping it out that fast. So I understand what he's saying there. If that is true, then in my opinion, as long as because they still put these cars through the scanner.
Yeah.
As long as they scan good, what's the problem?
Yeah. That's a very gray line to draw. So you can mess with them.
It's a wide gray line.
Only up to where it still checks. That gets that can get fuzzy, but
yeah,
they got hit with the largest penalty in NASCAR history.
Yeah, for one team.
Yeah.
Yep. All
So,
pretty much $400,000 and
yeah.
400 total points of driver points.
crew
Or no, it
chiefs.
wasn't driver points. It was only 300 driver points.
Crew chief suspended 4
Yep.
weeks, all of them. They
Yep.
they have appealed, so we'll see
They
if
have
that gets
appealed.
lowered. But
I got a feeling. I do have a feeling. And what I saw on the appeal was basically saying because NASCAR compared it to Roush Fenway Keselowski
yeah,
last year getting the same thing, but the difference was is they found Roush Fenway Keselowski after the race after they had,
yeah,
it used it to their advantage, which to me wasn't even much of an advantage. But anyway, this they found well before.
Yeah.
They didn't get to run the race, so why would you take so many points like that? I mean, I get that that's what's in the rule,
yeah,
but
trying to be fair, I guess. RFK will be not too pleased if they receive a.
no, but
Heavy
I do think the circumstances are different.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So
What'd you think of the race Sunday? I want to get your opinion on that. I don't know if you might have already talked about it, but
no, we hadn't talked about it yet. We were waiting on you. We didn't talk about none but weekends before you got here. but I sat there and watched most of it. I miss old Atlanta.
yeah,
Personally, I thought I like watching Daytona and Talladega, that type racing,
Yeah.
but I want to watch that at Daytona and Talladega.
this isn't a Daytona Talladega type track, tighter corners with less banking. I mean, it's just not gonna. I mean, you watch the last 20 laps. I mean, the ending was, I guess you could say, good, but it was the same 5 or 6 cars that were up there. Nobody could go to the front. There wasn't a third line because of the way the track was, and I think it's cool to see handling come back into play in super speedways, but I'm curious to see as the track wears more and more. Is it going to become single groove? Because it was already sketchy running too wide. Just 1 year removed from the repave.
It's too fast.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's too fast. It's going to be too fast, and it's going to move back to one groove because, just like you just said,
it's just going to be. You know how they do Daytona Talladega sometimes to lock some laps, one line around the top. I mean, just because they can't hook up once the asphalt gets like that.
And on top of that, and I've said this for years on here, everybody knows it. I hate that air plays so much of a role in. I don't mind air playing a little bit of a role, but like the huge wreck that happened, everybody thought Chastain ran in there and hit Kevin Harvick. Well, come to find out, they zoomed in on a slow-mo video. He never hit him until Kevin Harvick was already sideways.
Oh, yeah.
That was caused, and nobody. And Harvick was the first one that said, "I don't think he hit me. I think he just got up behind me and just air just turned me," and it did.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you'll ever stop that at the speeds that they're going, but that's what I'm saying is I'm still in the boat, and I've said this for years. Yes, running 200 mile an hour is cool and all. Don't get me wrong, but we don't need 200 mile an hour to see a good race.
No, well, I think NASCAR will come to regret this reconfiguration, reprofile, whatever of Atlanta. I don't think. Obviously, something had to be done. I mean, it was cool. It was good, but the asphalt was getting so wore out. It had to be paved.
It did, but
make it a semi super speedway off a mile and a half. It's a cool track right now, but I don't think it's gonna last. I think you watched Xfinity. That's what the problem was. They were so on the edge that any racing just resulted in wrecks.
Well, that's the thing,
and wrecks and packs are bigger, obviously, and so there goes half the field before stage 2.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing is you've got to drive it wide open. That is that's the problem is you've got to be just hammered down.
It's still got that part of speedway.
Right, but yet you're on the edge of control.
Yeah.
Well, when you can that edge is stepped over in a split second, and you can't stop that, and so that's what happens with it. So I mean, I just I'm not.
I wish they'd have made it up.
I wish they went back to old Atlanta configuration. When I say old one, I mean like the true oval.
Yeah, or even like a mile track, or I don't know, just something unique. I mean, I'm all for getting away from the mile and a half style, but
cookie cutter.
Yeah, just I mean, I don't know, do something with it. I think it was a long shot to try to get more attention on the track to bring it back.
Well, it's got it there for a couple years.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't think. I think it's already quickly deteriorating.
I will say, me and Landon went to we went to the truck and Xfinity race a couple years ago when they had them on the same day at Atlanta. It's been a few years back now, and we went there, and I'm gonna tell you that was the best ticket I could buy, dude. General admission ticket, and you could sit all the way up at the top. Was like kids got in free. I think I paid $30 for a ticket. This was the old configuration, the wore out configuration. It put on some of the best racing. That was the race where Kyle Busch, they let it down off the jacks and he took
Lost
off. Tires come off.
Yeah, I mean, it had its good moments still.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I know they had to pave it.
But
I don't know. I just miss it. I miss it.
Yeah, I miss it, and I think what they got going on now isn't going to last.
No. Nope. All right. Well, going to COTA. It's I don't know.
COTA
is so road courses. It's hard for me to talk about them because they're just. It's so much can happen.
Yeah. COTA put on a decent race last year.
I wish it would rain.
If nothing else, yeah. Kimi Räikkönen, Jenson Button going to be in the field.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Jordan Taylor.
Yeah.
Driving for Chase Elliott.
So some things to look forward to. Not my favorite either. If I had to pick a road course, that's probably my second favorite.
I always think it's funny though. I think Jordan Taylor may do okay, but I don't think Jenson Button and Kimi Räikkönen. I don't think they'll do much.
I think Räikkönen might do okay. He was doing okay at Watkins Glen.
Well, that's right. He has
last
run
year.
before. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
these cars are so different from a Formula One or Indy car. You know, that it's just like
I think
it's a totally different world there.
I think it's cool they're there, but yeah.
Sports car now I think can move over a little easier. So I think Jordan Taylor he
might do all right.
He might do all right because this car is going to be very similar to some of the cars that he's driven in the past now. Actually, he should have, well, I ain't going to say more grip, but he got more tire.
Yeah.
Jordan Taylor's a good driver, in my opinion. I think he might do something. He might do something good, which wouldn't surprise me. But I don't think nobody like that will come on there and win the race.
No, I don't think they'll win the race, but I hope they can be competitive.
I do too. I'm kind of on the boat you were on this week. I think Suarez might jump back up there, do something. He's come in on road courses good, which I mean he ran a lot of them in Mexico. He was used to those, so maybe something he'll take a liking into. I do like that track though. I like COTA.
Yeah, it's a beautiful track. The way it's
huge.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool.
It's ridiculously hard for me to drive on our race.
I don't even own it.
I know that. You need to get that one and try it.
Yeah.
I can make about half a good lap, the other half I'm crap.
Yeah, I've been on a 41 game some, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Cool. So I know who you picked on your sheet. Is that who you think's gonna jump up there?
I think it'll be a Trackhouse. I think him and Chastain. Chastain obviously won it last year. I think it will be. I think it'll be a road course, guys type race. I think AJ will be up there. Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott if he was in it, I think he'd be up there. I think it's gonna be a very road course. Ringer's gonna rise to the top.
I got you. Yeah, I feel that.
But no stage breaks this week for the first time in a while.
That is right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that completely.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I think that's what they need to go to on every track, in my opinion. Award points for it if you want that to be the stage. Let's just keep racing.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
Let cautions come naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I promise you, here lately it seems like they'll come.
Yeah.
They're not lacking for those by no means.
Nope.
So cool. That's good. Real quick, I want to touch on some dirt news. Our friend Peyton Freeman. This is well, it's good news. Good news, bad news. We talked about it last week with G.R. Smith and Ashton Winger getting into it. Ashton ended up going to jail. Ashton's dad got felony charges off of it. Come to find out, he kind of went after GR with a hammer. I've never met Ashton. I've been around him a couple times. Never really met him, and I have met GR. I know GR. Have actually even interviewed him live at Bristol, and we ended up helping him on the race car that day. He's always nice to me. I mean, so I can't say nothing bad about him necessarily, and me. But I think he lost his head. He I get if you want to come back. I don't ever condone coming back and hitting somebody under caution. But if you felt they did you wrong, I get it. But continuously going after them is a bit excessive. Mm-hmm. And acting like that was a bit excessive, to say the least. And in all that happening, our friend Peyton Freeman, who was driving for him, he decided to step back away from GR's Team 22 there, go back to his family-owned F1 dirt ride. And Austin Kirkpatrick, who was coming on as a big help for GR this year, and I think he had already helped a good bit. Austin's very smart engineering-wise, mechanically-wise on those cars. Had helped their performance a good bit. Austin decided to step back to his own stuff too, and get away from that. A lot of people upset with GR Smith. I hate it. I hate that a moment of losing your cool and losing your head does that much. But there's been a few moments with him with multiple people, and I guess hate it for him, but it's what happens, I guess. Yeah. It stinks that the other guy got a felony charge off of it.
It just stinks the whole thing happened in general.
Yeah, it was a whole bad situation. When you we all know Ashton. We watch Ashton. He's Ashton Winger. He's a little. I like him. I like his driving style. He's a little out there sometimes, especially when it comes out the car. He's a hothead. He can be a hothead when he needs to be, I guess you say. And it really got to him after that. And I understand it. I wish his dad wouldn't have gone after him with a hammer. But it is what it is. So I guess that's how that's going to roll. So anyway, Peyton Freeman, our friend, MPM driver, back with his family-owned team in the F1 super late model. So looking forward to seeing him compete the rest of this year and getting back on track and getting rolling. So anyway. Well, what we got this week there, Connor, other than we got Cars Tour race coming up.
Cars Tour.
Florence Motor Speedway. We got COTA. And we got...
Yep.
I don't know.
Full week.
We got a little while before we race again.
Yep. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're running April 1st at Dillon or not. I haven't seen.
No.
They're not running our class at all?
Our class was not on the list there. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think.
They put out a schedule, but I didn't see.
I think
put out what series.
It looked like basically that was just rented out for that vintage thing
and all that. Okay.
So from what I gathered, we're not running Dillon until the 20.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's
something.
right. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Florence Motor Speedway will be back on the 15th of April. Yep. I will not be there for that.
I will not either. I will not be in the country at that point.
You won't be in the country?
Nope.
I won't either. I'll be in Florida. It can be a different country. Where you going?
I'm going to Panama for
Panama.
Yep, a youth trip, the church over spring break.
Nice.
So I'll be going that weekend.
Oh, I won't feel too bad.
And Dad keeps saying he's going to put his seat in the car, so we'll see.
I told Chad he needs to drive mine there.
We'll see. Maybe
that'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good. Your dad and yours, and Chad and mine.
Yep.
So
cool.
All right. Well, you got much work to do on the car?
Not
there was an unfortunate incident happened there at the track with your car.
Oh yeah. Honestly, that's back together. I mean,
I know. I looked at you. Told me you were like, "Oh, doors messed up."
Oh, I mean, it was crumbled up.
Basically, the car fell off the jack.
Yeah, but
nothing.
Accident.
Accident. Nothing.
No, that.
But I walked back over there and I was like, "Where?"
Yeah, I mean, that's good to go. We got some setup work to do. Got some stuff to try. We got some things we've been thinking about. So we'll get on that. Ready to get back to Dillon. The car seems to handle a lot better at Dillon more consistently at least. So we'll get on that. But no, not much work to do on it. Nothing too big.
Oh, cool. Well, I gotta get mine over to Chad's, and I think we got to put a door, cut some bars out. My car had like a support bar behind the door, actually the sheet metal, and there's a lot of cars don't run that bar for the reason that happened to mine, where it rips the sheet metal when it pushes into it, and so it being it all up anyways, we're gonna cut that out, put a door back on it. Gotta do some fiberglass work on the quarter, pop some rivets back in the front fender. It didn't mess it up, it just pulled all the rivets out of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well,
at least you got some time.
Put a rocker. Yeah, we got some time. So
Cool.
I'm gonna get it over to Chad's and get it looked at, get everything measured just to make sure nothing happened, but it didn't. It drove
Didn't seem
fine.
like it,
Didn't
just
no vibration,
okay.
nothing. So everything was good, other than sheet metal dragging. Crush panels dragging on the ground.
Yep. Well, at least we'll be ready to go next time. It's time to roll out.
Cool deal. All right, man. Well, how's school this week?
It's good. Like, I'm busy. Got a lot of homework to do over the next few days. But
well, I'm holding you up here. You need to go home and do homework.
It's fine. It's like we say we got 3 weeks between tests with this math class, and the homework is just due the night before the test. And we do each lesson's has its own homework, but it's not due.
Right.
And so so if it's not due, I'm not going to do it very diligently until. So I got a few sections.
You sound exactly like my son. It's like, no, it ain't due till Friday. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it tonight. No, that's not happening. I'm like, go ahead and get it done. Get it over with.
Yeah. Well,
I can't say anything because I say that, but did you think I did that? No.
Yeah.
I wish I would have done it looking back at it.
Oh well, I mean, I'm not that I'm super busy, but I'm not far behind, but I just got I got enough to do to keep me busy. Unfortunately,
I got you.
Got that soccer and I don't know, busy week.
I got you. Well, cool deal, man. All right, guys. Well, I reckon that does it for us this week. We've had a long enough show talking to everybody about everything. But sure appreciate y'all coming on, hanging out with us tonight. I know we had a little hiccup there on Facebook. Y'all probably saw. Lost video there for a couple minutes. But anyway, we're all good. But anyway, appreciate everybody coming on. Appreciate Bryant Barnhill jumping on with us here tonight, hanging out with us for a while. Let's go cheer him on this week at Florence Motor Speedway for the Cars Tour race. I'm going to try to get out there that evening. I'm not sure what time they start, but I've got to. I've got a thing over in Hartsville. I've got to set up sound for. Bless you over there.
Thank you.
But I got to set up sound at Wings over Hartsville. So if y'all are in the Hartsville area Saturday morning, come on out. Check out some airplanes, a little bit of flight show stuff like that at Wings over Hartsville in Hartsville, South Carolina. So
Cool deal.
I'll be out there. So anyway, guys, want to, as always, thank all of our affiliates on here. SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, Dixie Made, RevMax Racing Apparel. Got tongue-tied there for a second. Also, MPM Marketing, guys. If you're in the market yourself to market yourself a little better, you need with a good marketing team. So MPM Marketing puts you right where you need to be, in front of all the faces you need to be in front of. So, guys, head over to MPM Marketing. Get with Tanya. www.marketwithmpm.com and get with her and make your future brighter in this racing industry. I think somebody like Connor needs to get with the marketing team. We can market you, Connor.
You think so?
I think we could. You're still young enough. All right, guys. Well, we sure appreciate y'all. And I guess we will catch y'all next week.
Have a good one.